Hello everyone, this is Tina with Tia's Treasures, and I have for you today the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar, and we have day 1. Let's see what's behind here, and let's make a card with whatever it is. I have no idea. I did not cheat on any of these. Look at that. Oh, we have a die of some sort. Let's take a look of what we have. It is an automobile of some sort. Get it open here. It's like I see a seam. Oh, there we go. Automobile. We have the car. This is a bow, pretty sure. Wheels. And not 100% sure. And for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a tag out of this. So stay tuned. Okay, I have a bunch of different little pieces of scrap cardstock from my stash. Traditional Christmas colors. I got red, green, some black for the wheels, a little blue snowflake pattern paper that we're going to cut out the present. A couple of these things we need to cut out twice. This will be for the center of the wheel. We've got our little car on green. This For You, I'm pretty sure goes in there. So we're gonna stick it inside, and we'll get a piece of washi to tape that so it doesn't move. Here's my washi tape. And let's see. Get this going. If I can get it up, I hope everybody's had a wonderful Thanksgiving, even though it was a couple weeks ago. I hope everybody's going to have a great December. Hopefully, I will get this out on December 1st. Because I would love to do a video every day. We'll see how that goes. And this little piece here is moving. I just have the two pieces taped together. And not very well, mind you. They've already moved. Look at that. Let's try this again. We want our little circle in the center there. Come on, now stay in the center. Shouldn't be that hard. I don't know why. It just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Let's see, maybe if I use this instead of my big fingers. That looks good. And don't move. And it looked like it moved a little bit again. I mean, look at that. Why won't it stay in the center? Maybe we should just do that right on the washi there and press it down. Hopefully that'll stay now. We'll see. And okay, I've got little Hero Arts compact cutter. Hopefully it's gonna move. It's got suction cups, but it doesn't want to come up, but it still will move. Here's what it is. So let's get these pieces down. And we're going to get them all cut right now. Go through my little Hero Arts little compact die cutter. This thing comes in so handy when you don't want to use your big die cutter. I went ahead and I bought some smaller plates for it. I think they're for like a mini Sizzix, and they work too. So I've got the big long plates and the smaller ones, just in case anyone is interested. those come in handy too when you only want to, you know, like cut one small die. So anyway, it's time to put this baby together. Now you may wonder why all of a sudden I switched to a voiceover. I'm assuming you could have, you know, heard the change in the pitch from me doing live voice to voiceover. Well, when I was doing my editing, I kept noticing when I didn't say anything on the video, I would hum, and it wasn't a pleasant hum. It was this annoying just and I keep doing that over again, you know, without even realizing I was doing it to the playback. And I wanted to reach out and smack myself. So I was not going to make all of you listen to that. It would have been very annoying. And obviously, if I want to do live voiceovers on some of these, or not, or live voice, not voiceovers, I'm going to have to learn not to hum. Of course, if I'm not humming, there's a good possibility I'll probably, you know, end up with another annoying habit that I will hear on my videos next time I do them. You know, so there's probably not going to be any winning, but I will try my best. So I've got my little car put together for the most part here. And I wish this would have cut out the for you a bit more. I wanted to back it in black, but there's really no reason because it's more, even though it's cut all the way through, it almost looks more like a deep embossing on the paper than actual cutout. So I'm just trying to see if there's any little pieces I can poke out the back, and there's really not. It's still legible and you can still read it, so it's not that bad. It's just something I noticed as I was doing it, and I think it's a cute little car regardless. And now I'm just going to glue on our little package, which is a little present. So I cut out the base of the present, or the bottom, if you will, with some patterned snowflake paper. And the top of the box, I, you know, used a piece of blue solid paper that matches the pattern paper pretty well. And now I'm just going to try to figure out which way this bow goes and glue that on. It really is a cute little bow though, even if I did have trouble trying to figure out which way it went. So I figured the loops finally kind of went up and that little V piece goes down to make it look like you just tied your own little bow. And I do find on these voiceovers sometimes that I struggle to, you know, figure out, okay, I need to keep talking so there's not a whole lot of dead air. Is dead air the worst thing? I don't know. It might be better than hearing me ramble, but I come off sometimes not knowing what exactly I want to keep describing. It can be a little bit dumbing it down. Yes, we see you putting on the bow. We don't need a step-by-step because, yes, I know all my viewers are really, really smart. I just am trying to fill dead air. So anyway, if you're still with me and didn't click off or throw the computer across the room, thank you. I'm just going to glue the present right to the top of our car. I would love to know how many people have ever really had a great big box tied to the top of their vehicle. I've seen Christmas trees and luggage and bicycles on the top of cars. I don't think I've ever seen a giant gift box though. I mean, wouldn't that be cool? I'd be like wondering what was inside of it. What would fit inside a giant gift box? A giant cake? You know, I don't know. So I am going to go ahead and tie or glue this piece of paper that looks like an additional piece to our bow right down the car. And that's going to be the way it holds the gift to the top of the box. Now, I was thinking too, I wonder if you put this on the other side of the bow, if you could make it look like you just had an automobile ornament hanging down. It could be like the piece of string. I think you could do it that way too, which was what my first thought was. But I'm like, I don't think that this car is meant to be an ornament. It just, you know, looking at the visual clues, I think it's just supposed to be a car with the gift box attached to it. And I admit, I went and I tried to look up and see if anybody else had looked at this die before and what they did with it. And so that's what they did with it, and so that's what I did with it. I didn't even, but I do admit I did not look up what this first day of the Advent calendar was until after I already looked at it and went, huh, I wonder how, you know, they put it together, because I was just curious about the gift box and that long string. So now I've got some gift tags that I had made earlier for a different project, and I just pulled out 2 of them. Now the reason I have 2 is because I always like to double them up so they're sturdy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just stamp some snowflakes out that I have already on these stamps. And I'll do a to and from later. I'll have to pull that back out. I think I put my to and from stamp away. And here's where I realized, oops, I did it on the back side. And the reason I know it was the wrong side of the tag is because there's an embossed, a little embossing all along the edge of the tag, which kind of outlines it from the die itself. This is an old die, I want to say, from Stamping for Less that I used. And even though my little car is going to hang off the edges of the tag, that's okay. For a tag, you know, there's nothing wrong with having things hang off the side. And I'm using a little bit of green ink that's still just on my blending brush, so it's going to be a real pale halo all around the tag. And it ends up being like a real pale, almost a minty green. I have no idea what color's on this blending brush. I probably should clean off my blending brushes because I'm not 100% sure that if they were used for oxides or for dye inks. So, you know, I'm afraid to use them for anything but oxides at this point. Not that I've done any ink blending lately. Anyhow, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm still trying to get that for you to, you know, be a little bit more of a cutout. And I think I finally just give up, and I'm just like gonna glue it right here. Put all my glue down and glue it right on that tag. And I do have to say, it's a cute little die, and I do wonder what the rest of this Advent calendar has in store for me. I don't know if I mentioned it before. I probably did, because, you know, I can be redundant. But this is the first year that I purchased anything like this, and it is fun. But like I said, I do want to try to put a video out for every single day of the calendar. We will see. If I get sequins one day, well, I guess that's just a day to go back and do a free-for-all of all the things that's come previously, or to pull stuff out of my stash, or just to put a card or a tag with nothing but sequins, which would be hysterical for me, but not so funny for the person watching. Anyhow, let's get these 2 tag pieces glued together. And then I am going to bring in some twine from my stash, and we're going to put some string on this tag because we are almost done. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, please. It helps the algorithm. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're not, I'd love to have you. Either way, I am glad that you're here, and I'm glad you made it this far. And hopefully I didn't bore you to pieces. Let's get this tag. We're going to double up and twist it and try to get it through this small tag hole. Now this piece of twine is from, it's from Simon Says Stamp, and it's got like silver tinsel or foil, I don't know, silver going through the string. So I always have to be careful not to unwind the silver from the string. And so that's why I was real careful when I was trying to put the string through the hole. Now I'm just going to tie a little knot at the end and clip them off so they are even. And I don't know, there's just something really satisfying about putting string and tying it in knots. I don't know what it is. I'm probably the only one who feels that way, but I have a lot of fun putting the string through these tags and then tying it in a knot. Now we're going to even out those ends, and that's gonna be it for day number 1. Are you excited for Christmas? I am. And that's it for now, everyone. Just have to put the to and from, and that's no big deal. Do that later. So anyway, bye-bye for now.